Welcome to episode 28 of the Cards and Cartridge podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, aka OG Retro. I'm here with my man, Chris, aka Koozie Retro Games, and we got a special guest today. Do you want to introduce yourself, homie?
What's going on? I am Dean from DNA Games. I am excited to be here. This is my first ever podcast.
Hey.
I'm ready.
Breaking the podcast virginity. We're ready to go.
I knew you were going to say something like that, Chris. I knew you were going to come in with that joke, bro. How you doing today, guys? What's going on?
Pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Got a bunch of systems worked out today. Dropped off the mail. Now I'm just chilling.
Chris, what about
same
you?
as me. Worked all day. Also went to the post office on my lunch break. Made a nice little pickup after a little pre-claim sale pickup. I won't see it tonight because everything's priced out already, but I did grab a Super Nintendo and about 9 games and a PS2 and 3 games and a really sick PlayStation duffel bag. It's cool.
Oh,
nice.
Okay, PlayStation duffel. That's actually kind of sick.
So it's dope.
Wow.
I was expecting mail today that never came, so I'm kind of sad. I've got some Pokemon cards in the mail supposed to come. I've got a DS pickup that's supposed to come with some really fire games. So I'm excited about those. Maybe tomorrow.
I got a couple of things coming too. I got a couple Switches, bunch of Switch games. I got 10 or 15 Switch games coming. Should be here any second now, actually.
Do you collect Switch games? Or we can get into that, but just real quick, do you collect Switch games, or is that just kind of something you pair with systems?
I mostly pair them with systems. I collect the ones that I want, like the Pokemon, the Mario, and stuff. But otherwise, I don't really collect them. I usually wait until they drop in price pretty good before I pick them up.
That makes sense. But we have a couple of good topics today, guys. Let's go over them real quick. Obviously, we have to be on the lookout for. Koozie's got something for us. We're going to talk about this WATA game shenanigans, heritage auctions. I just said that weird, but auctions.
Auctions.
Carl Jobst, the YouTube journalist, I'm going to say. We're going to be talking about the launching of Pokemon TV on the Nintendo Switch. That's hot off the press. I also just said hot weird. We got custom systems, and DNA is going to talk a little bit about what he does. Pretty cool stuff. And lastly, we're going to talk about what we think we can improve, be it in collecting, reselling, the systems we're building, if it's DNA, that kind of stuff, as kind of a closing topic. It's going to be a good one, guys. Let's get into the bolo. Chris, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so I have a cover variant for you guys today, and it goes along with the Wii U, and it's going to segue into our next topic, like we're the kings of segues over here. Basically, on the Wii U, there is the Zelda Wind Waker HD, and it has just a normal cover, but then there is a gold foil cover, and the gold foil cover for Zelda Wind Waker HD on the Wii U is a GameStop exclusive.
Whoa.
And even raw sealed, it's pushing $200 right now. And
really?
Yeah, so I had bought it
in
Discord for 50, maybe not even $50. I have a crazy memory when it comes to buy, so it might have been $37. That rings a bell for some reason.
Shipping.
I was looking through my sealed games to do my latest WATA shipment, and I had that, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is worth. And I looked up raw copies, and they're $200, and I was like, wow. And
yeah,
I mean,
Wii
U's on the up and come up also.
It's kind of weird.
Wii U definitely is. They didn't make a lot of the games.
No.
Nobody bought a Wii U. I never bought a Wii U.
I didn't have a Wii U.
Everyone just thought it was just a Wii with some extra stuff attached to it.
Even as a smart person, I would consider myself a smart person. I had no idea what the Wii U was.
Yeah,
zero clue. When they marketed it, I was so confused. They didn't really market it.
No,
not at all. It was kind of like the Vita. They didn't really market it.
Oh, and the Vita is so good. That's the thing. The Wii U is a piece of shit in my opinion. I don't really like it, but the Vita is a really god tier system. I
mentioned it. I have a sealed Wii U, and you look at that sealed Wii U is $1,000 right now.
Oh yeah,
damn.
Yeah, dude. But the Wii U was kind of a nice stepping stone into the Switch with its wireless gamepad. It did.
Yeah,
I think it was more of a prototype, kind of proof of design more than an actual console. I don't know.
I never thought about it. No, I love collecting for the Wii U though. I've got 80 games for it already, and I would to have a full set.
There's 100 something.
160-ish.
Yeah, I've been picking up a couple Wii U games like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and stuff like that sealed, just to keep and grade eventually.
Yeah,
I've got the Zelda Wind Waker No, what do I have? The
The
Zelda,
Ganondorf, right?
the
That big
Ganondorf big
statue,
box
that's rad.
bundle. I've got
Mm.
it graded by VGA. I got it for $250
That's
at a local game
absurd.
store. Somebody on Instagram just
snap.
posted a sealed raw one for 500 the other
I
day.
saw that. I was gonna send that to you. I figured you'd see it.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
sheesh.
wild.
Yeah, that's
You-
wild. And no, but this is a good segue. This is a perfect segue to the next topic because
Yeah,
if you haven't seen the video that's going around by YouTube journalist Carl Jops, whatever, however you say his name, about WATA video games, the collusions with heritage markets, the manipulating the markets, the shill bidding, the scamming, I mean, the list really does go on and on. The accusations are pretty deep.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Right off the bat, initial impressions from the video as two people. Okay, and just to say, before we go into any of this, all three of us own graded games by WATA.
yes.
And
Yes, I
do
do.
all three of us have games there right now? Do you have games right
Yes,
there?
I
Okay,
do.
we
I also
all
have
three
games
have
right there.
games.
I'm still waiting
Yeah.
since April. I have
I
I
two
sent 5
games right
games in.
there. Yeah.
I sent 3 Game Boy Advance games and 2 PS2 games.
Yep.
And I got the Game Boy Advance games,
But
I'm
they're
still
out of
waiting
the
on the PS2.
Yeah, they're out of the DVD size
Yeah.
cases right now. So
and I
I'm
already
waiting
had
on
a
a
buyer
Oh my
on one of them, and I'm still waiting on the freaking game because they're not telling me my grades.
Right.
I know it's 9.0 or above.
Right, because
but I don't know.
badge upgrade.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know what it is.
Quick question: do you think your buyer's still going to be interested after all the WATA scandal?
Yeah.
Have you-
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. We talked about it and stuff.
So that's
and,
good.
He's still interested in it.
Hell yeah.
but-
But
My-
back
my
to back
biggest
to
takeaway from
initial
the video-
initial impressions from that video.
Real quick, biggest
And if
takeaway.
you haven't seen
I
the
couldn't-
video and you're watching this, actually pause this episode, go watch that video. It's worth
Yes.
the watch.
It's a long video, but it's
Yeah,
good.
but
I
it is
watched it
definitely
all
worth
last
it.
night. It's like 52 minutes, but it sucks you in. It's crazy.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway, just right off the bat, Jim Halperin. I just kept
Yeah.
on thinking of Jim Halpert from The Office.
I
Yeah, me
agree.
too.
It definitely crossed my mind.
Every time they say
100%.
his name, I was like, The Office.
Yeah.
The Office. Their
It
names are like a
Definitely
letter
crossed my
off.
mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I watched it last night, and it's definitely interesting, especially how he's been accused and fined in the 80s doing the same exact thing with the graded coins and
The
stuff.
coins.
And now he's trying to he's kind of sneaking away and trying to do it more in the shadows, but he got caught. I don't know how much it's going to affect the prices a little bit, I think, but just thinking long term, because they're still sealed collectibles and they're still comparable to VGA. There's like charts you can cross over VGA grades with WATA
Yeah.
grades and stuff like that. So I don't know how much it's going to affect it, but it's definitely interesting to see.
I think who it's really gonna affect is like the owner of WATA, Deniz Khan, could
Yeah.
face
He's not-
like serious legal
Uh-oh.
charges. I feel like if the accusations are true, and like the not disclosing his intent while buying like mass hordes of graded sealed video games and
Yeah.
like or sealed video games and grading them through his own company, and like his employees doing some of that too, and then like
Yeah, one of his chairmen or something like
Yeah.
that bought
After
a
he
full
already had
entire
these,
a
after he
huge
already
bundle.
had the when on their websites and that WATA employees or the WATA owner cannot
right.
grade with WATA, or was it sell WATA graded games?
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Which is a
or sell
common business practice, which I
Yeah,
think
it's
is
a
really good to
conflict
have.
of interest.
But the fact that they were going behind everybody's back and actually doing that, that's where it creates the shady stuff.
Yeah.
But I think so. My initial reaction, I gotta say, my opinion's been swayed like a couple of times. Like when I first saw the video, I was like, holy shit. I was like, fuck WATA, fuck heritage auctions. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is like clear, like manipulation. And like, this is just wild shit. I was like, I'll never use WATA again, like all the shit. But like now, I'm like, I've read like a lot of, so I belong to a couple groups on Facebook, like High End Games Group or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys belong to that.
Yeah.
And like
when I go
there's
on
some like
Facebook.
very interesting posts made there that have like hundreds, and I mean at this point there's like legitimately no exaggeration, thousands of comments about like this video and like people discussing this. And there's this one that like really like stood out to me. It was this one guy, I'm not gonna say his full name, but we'll refer to him as Bill. And Bill was like, basically he boiled it down like, if all this stuff is true, like who really cares? Like it's only affecting like
I would
this,
say those like the top 3%. I would say like the biggest collectors of the stuff.
and I wouldn't even say collectors. It's like
Investors.
fake investors,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like it's so to me, it's like there's always gonna be a demand. I think you just said it, DNA. There's always gonna be a demand for like sealed collectibles because it's like for me, before I even knew, I think what WATA was, I think I knew what VGA was, and
Yeah.
I wanted a sealed video, like I wanted a sealed game because it meant something. It didn't mean any like monetary shit. It was like, yo, that is a like time capsule from my childhood. That's dope as fuck. It's like it'll always be that way, and it's authenticated and it's preserved. It's like that's cool. So I
Yeah,
like
definitely.
the value to me was never really about it. So I think and a lot of those comments on these Facebook groups were kind of echoing that. Even if these people have, you know, hundreds of games, these are real collectors with big money. Like it's not just big investors with big money. It's like, you know, just, you know, average dudes with that are choosing to spend their disposable income instead of cars or some crazy shit. They're like, let's buy like wild video games. And it's like,
Yeah.
there really
Oh,
is a
yeah.
market for it, even if there isn't this like whole scam behind it, I think.
And my take on it is if you're gonna buy a sealed game, they're obviously not all compared equal. It's kind of like a complete in box. You don't want a smashed up box. You're gonna pay more for that clean box.
Right.
You want to pay more for a nice sealed. You don't want any cuts and stuff like that. And it's the same in like trading card worlds, of PSA, BGS, and all that stuff. You just want to find kind of the best grade, kind of the best preservation of the item you're looking for, and it's a great thing for graded games. But it is good. They do a little bit of sketchy stuff, it looks like.
Yeah.
And for me, it was also never about the monetary value. Now, you guys know me. I don't play a lot of games. I collect because I enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, my collection is an investment for myself. The way I collect and the way I store stuff, it is an investment. I have 4 WATA graded games. I have Smash Melee, which I got for $3 sealed. I have Mission Impossible on the NES, which I got for $60 already graded. So I was like, why not? That
Yeah.
costs less than it costs to grade. I've got Pokemon Red Rescue Team, which I got for $70, not graded. And I've got Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color for like $40 raw. So I'm in my graded games like $200. So
That's
even
not
if they
bad.
did go to 0,
I can't
it's
say
not
the
going to
exact
affect
same,
me.
but
No.
And I'm thinking like at the end of the day, say WATA goes to nothing. People don't like WATA. You crack them out of the case and you still have a sealed
Yeah.
game that people are going to want.
Yeah, and you can always send it to VGA,
Yeah.
and CGC is now going to start grading games too.
Yes.
I'm gonna
So, I'm
specifically like,
curious.
keep something spicy to send into there to like
I'm curious
test
on
it
what
out.
their cases are going to look like.
Yeah.
I love the VGA cases; they're nice. Trying to submit with VGA is a nightmare.
That's
You
what
have to
put
print
me
out
off.
forms, and you have to print out forms. You have to write down how much they're going to charge you. All this
Do the
crap. I
math
don't even know.
yourself.
Yeah,
don't
you're
even have a
doing the
printer.
work. Yeah.
I have a thermal
print it
printer
on
for
my Rolo?
shipping, but
That's
I
so
can't
funny.
even print it out. And
And that was going to be
And-
my next question to you guys. Why, when you guys originally started grading games, did you go with WATA over VGA? I know personally
that's
it
a
was
good
just
question.
the WATA. I mean, the VGA website was just a nightmare.
Yeah, that was
it's
definitely
like
one of my reasons.
1994.
It's super. Yeah, WATA was
It's
easy to do. It
super
seemed
easy to
like
do.
the up and coming thing. I'm not gonna lie, that like everyone was doing. It seemed like it was becoming the standard almost. And kind of for a while, people were like, "Oh no, VGA," but then it like really started to be like all you see is WATA games. Like VGA, I mean, they're obviously there, and people are still a lot of people grade through VGA, but I feel like I
Yeah.
see way more WATA graded video games.
Oh, 100%. And I really think it boils down to their website is point, click, your games are on their way.
Yeah, it's super easy. I do like the grading scale of WATA. I do prefer the cases of VGA, but the 0 to 10 is pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
The 85 plus.
I don't
90,
understand it.
I don't understand because you can get a 90 and a 90 plus, and the plus
There's
is
like
worth.
color,
I mean,
there's gold or silver. Like,
maybe
there's some
it's the C. I'm
maybe I'm
not
an
too
idiot.
sure on that.
Yeah, maybe I'm stupid.
But
yeah, I like WATA did like the different seal grade with the different like the actual box grade, which I think makes
Yeah.
sense. You know?
yeah, the box and the seal grade separate.
Yeah,
I
Now-
have like
and then they
1, 2,
combine to the number.
7 WATA games, I think, right now.
Yeah,
How do you guys think the your stereotypical banner on the outside of the building under new management. And what I mean by that is now WATA is owned by PSA. Do you think PSA is going to come in and save the day and give WATA the credibility they deserve back and basically reinstill people's trust in WATA?
That's a good question. PSA is definitely one of the top tier grading. It is the top tier grading. And I think they're going to implement a lot of good stuff for WATA and maybe give them the resources they need to push WATA to the next level. Hopefully population reports, that's a huge thing in the graded community. Nobody
That's
does it.
the thing.
It's
It's just like
mad.
VGA just announced they're going to start doing population reports soon, which is going to be
great timing
huge.
for them.
Yeah, they literally put it out like within a day or two of that video,
Smart.
which it
They got
could,
ahead of it.
yeah, it could definitely adjust the market crazy.
100%.
Because I believe in that video, that 52-minute video, they talked about how like a sealed Spider-Man from, what was it, Atari,
Oh, I saw
Yep.
that.
went for like $9,000, and then all of a sudden 1 million of them popped up, and they go for like $200 now.
Yep.
So population report is definitely going to be really good for the market. It's gonna help out a huge amount. We'll see if WATA can
And
do
it
that.
just validates whatever, like you can't say any of, even if the prices seem legit, like even what I paid, and I'm not going to say how much I paid for my silver, but it was a lot. Like even if that's what I paid, like I can't say, like I paid that much money because I felt it was worth that much money. And
Yeah,
like that alone pretty much. Like
yeah.
because
I'm
there's
jealous of your silver.
and that's the thing, like I am so happy I have that game. It doesn't matter. I paid, in my mind, too much now, but like at the time, super happy, and I'm still super happy about it, like because I have
Yeah.
it.
And I mean, graded
and
games
I
are
think,
such a new thing too. It's so hard to find a comparable sold comp on eBay.
yeah,
It is very
tough.
hard because I mean you got seal rating, an A++ versus an A+ versus an A.
It's
Those
super,
can make a couple $100 differences, and then
yeah,
9.2 to 9.6.
yeah,
It's definitely hard to find comps on them,
yeah.
but the population report would be very nice to have.
It's gonna be game changing.
Now they talked about in the video kind of the people who obviously every bubble pops. The people who get in at the very top are then stuck, and he used the term in the video holding the bag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think the people are thinking, that the people who bought, unless it was Jim himself buying
Yeah.
the Mario for 1.56 million,
Well,
or
no,
buying the Zelda for 700,000?
Like any market, there are definitely people getting screwed here.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like, I mean, even like the example I just used, like, I wish I didn't quite pay as much as I paid for my copy of silver. And like, that was purely, I paid that much purely because of the speculative market at the time, you know?
Yeah.
And then
I
it
was-
is, it kind of is what it is. Like, again, not upset about it anyway, because I own one of my grails, so it's all good. And it could go to zero, I'd still be happy. But like, if we're talking purely economical, like, yeah, like it totally.
I agree with you. I was spending quite a bit of change finishing my first edition gym challenge set.
Yeah.
I started it right before the boom.
Dude,
right
I
before
sold
the Pokemon
cards to you
boom.
that were they're way cheaper now. No,
Oh yeah,
no,
definitely.
but it just is what
No,
it is.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was collecting Pokemon at that time. I still am. Just had to take a huge break on that.
Yeah, feel
Gym
that.
Challenge was a huge set to do.
Yeah.
132 cards or something.
Will you guys
And,
continue to sub with WATA? I think I will. I may take a break from submissions right now just to see how things play out. I do have a few things that I wouldn't mind subbing that like WATA doesn't grade, like a DS game or a big
Yeah.
box something. So I may take this time to sit down, bite the bullet, and learn the VGA submission process.
Do some research.
Yeah, dust off the ballpoint pen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, and they said really interested to see what CGC is going to do. But in your guys' personal opinions, will you still be submitting with WATA?
It depends. I might send some out to everybody because I do
Yeah.
have DS. I do have 3DS games that I do want to get graded. I don't know when. They're not worth much now, but I do want to send those in. WATA, I'm curious on what PSA is going to do with it. They are the
Yeah.
easiest, but they're taking forever. 5 games has been out since April.
Yeah.
So
Waiting on PSA cards from last August.
oh god.
Yeah, I don't know if PSA is gonna help wise.
Yeah, they can't even help themselves yet.
Exactly.
A year.
But as far as your question goes, Chris, I answered this last time when you asked me when the video first came out. I said no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. And I think I'm still closer to no than yes, to be honest, just because it puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's not so much the value or anything, but if the guy behind the company is a scumbag, like
Yeah.
that's like kind of shitty, you know? And if all those market manipulation allegations are true and they were trying to manipulate even games I don't care about, like we said, like I don't care about these $1 million, $2 million games. I don't give a fuck. I'm never gonna
Did
buy
some
those.
just sell for 2 million?
There's the one that was
Probably.
mentioned in the video. Or do you mean
The,
like
the
sale?
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
That's selling
I think it was.
Heritage.
Yeah.
So it went from the $1.56 million Mario 64 to the $2 million
I think it
NES
was-
Mario.
Yeah.
I think that
Jesus
was the
Christ.
Mario that sold like 2 or 3 years ago for $30K.
Yeah.
And was that what they were talking about? How this has gone up 1,000%
Yeah.
in 10 days or whatever it was?
Yeah.
6,000.
Right.
Something ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Like the crazy shit. I don't like that. I'm not like a big fan of that. So I think it might put a big enough like sour taste in my mouth to like think it definitely does to at least think twice about like sending my shit in there. Like, and especially if like CGC comes out strong and like is really sick, like it'll be because I have a couple of CGC cards and a CGC Nintendo Power, and like I love them, dude. Like I love the slabs. I really like the quality of the cases is sick. The subgrades on the trading cards are dope. Like I'm about it. So if they transfer the same quality over to video games, like I could definitely see myself just doing that. Because for me, again, it's about preservation. Like over everything, it's about like preservation, like keeping those sealed games sealed and like because I'm a fucking klutz. Like I don't know, like even if it's in a strong acrylic box, you drop that, it could break and shatter and shit.
I've dropped my 8.5 Sapphire.
Yeah, but it's good, dude. It's straight.
I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
And for the people who don't really know what happened, I mean, watch the video. And I guess the biggest was it Jim had a game.
Jim
He would
Halpert
post
from The
he would
Office.
post it up for sale, buy it back from himself, post it up for sale again, buy it back from himself until they realize, oh, this is a popular game, but it's really him making the sale 3 times and he gets some crazy price for it.
Yeah, or just having friends or different auction houses.
We talked about it last week with PWCC.
Yeah, the shield bidding, some of that going on for sure.
It's crazy. It seems like it all happened right in the last year with the big boom in sports cards, Pokemon cards, everything.
Anytime there's money involved,
I was literally just gonna say that. Anytime there's money to be had like that, especially quick, fast, big money.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be shady shit.
Be smart with always play with money you're willing to lose and know your budget.
Yeah.
Know your budget
Definitely.
for sure. Be smart about it.
Last question on this, and it's just purely koozie speculation. Is there any correlation between WATA, Dennis selling WATA 3 weeks ago, and now this news coming out?
Oh, okay. I didn't even think about that.
You think he got a little birdie told him this guy was making the YouTube video and
or something.
It's very possible.
He's like, crap, they're on my tail. PSA's been, this is all just me making stuff. PSA's been hounding me for the last 6 months. Hey, we're interested in buying you guys. And then he sends an email to PSA. Hey, I'm ready to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to them, they are at like the height of the market. Everyone wants to grade. So he's trying to get out on top, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to stay like president or CEO or anything. He's going to be out of there once PSA fully takes over.
He's 26. He's set for life, dude.
Yeah, he's set for life.
100% set for life. Not to mention he could sell his collection today and be double set for life.
Oh yeah.
Like how you get a double life sentence in prison. Some people get a double life sentence. That's double set for life. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm excited to see how everything plays out. I'm excited to see how this shakes up the market, both short term and long term. And what are the repercussions or the ripple effects?
Oh, definitely.
Let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment, DM us on Instagram, whatever you guys do.
And if you got any sealed Pokemon games you're trying to panic sell before the market crashes, hit me up, dude. Hit me up. I'm a buyer.
Hit me up first.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. Are you still going to be submitting with WATA? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let us know.
Awesome. What next? What are we talking about next? Let's go
let's talk
with
about-
a lighter topic. Quickly, although we'll go into something DNA does, and then because that kind of segues into the launching of Pokemon TV. They all have to do with switches. DNA,
I
quickly.
Can I hit? Can I?
Oh,
hit
you don't
something
do
quick, real
switches.
quick?
No, no, no,
Listen.
no. I didn't know. What is Pokemon TV? I didn't hear that one.
Oh, Pokemon TV just launched today or yesterday,
Oh.
and it is it's like Hulu or Netflix type service for the Switch for just like Pokemon,
Oh.
and it's free.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
it's completely free apparently.
Is it
So
Got like
Pokemon
old
games or
episodes
like
on there.
no,
and
it's
stuff.
episodes of TV.
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't know if it's older stuff, but it's all the newer stuff. I'm pretty sure. I haven't checked it out, but it just launched. Apparently, it's pretty cool. I don't know, like.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check
So
that
you can
out.
now watch Pokemon TV from the comfort of your Nintendo Switch, the go-to app for everything Pokemon, except, let's see. Let me see. Featuring full episodes of Pokemon the series, exciting matches from the world of play Pokemon. Oh, so it'll feature like, I guess, competitive matches.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of cool. It's gonna be like an all-in-one platform for both some of the episodes and like live content, I guess, from like video game tournaments, because they have like competitive Pokemon, I guess. That's kind of interesting.
Do you know the
That
price
is
point
pretty
on it?
cool.
It's free, dude.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like kind of the first cool free Nintendo. Like I was shocked when I found out it was free. I was like,
Dude,
this
they
seems
could have
too good to
totally
be
charged
true.
like $4.99 a month for
Yeah.
something like that.
Easy.
yeah,
And raked
you-
in millions.
You don't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
Pokemon in free very often. Like that's usually like a kind of a high dollar thing, but damn. I don't know. There wasn't much. There was just like a quick news about that. I was like, that's kind of a cool thing to touch on. But let us know if you guys are into the Pokemon TV thing. If you're showing that to the kiddos, if you're watching it yourself, like I feel like it's more geared towards kids, but I'm a child, and I love Pokemon, so I'll probably check it out. I don't know.
Definitely.
One thing I want to talk about to DNA with is
Yeah.
he does. If you guys don't follow him on Instagram, give him a follow. DNA Games.
Oh,
He
Some
does
underscores in there too, but
Yeah, DNA Games is
amazing-
all taken.
amazing
That's
custom
crazy.
systems. The one that every time he posts when I'm like, damn, that's cool, is your custom Wii's, specifically the custom shells. And I know I've sold you
Oh, yeah.
probably 15 Wii's.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got them in the back right here. Like half of those, more than half of those are yours.
Whenever I
yeah.
get Wii's, I just hit you up. We have our price point, and you're like, yep, done.
Yep.
And I know what I can hit you up with, and just like the work you do with them is crazy. So talk us through your custom Wii's or just custom systems in general. How'd you get into it? What do you do? It's awesome.
Yeah, so I got started basically buying and reselling and stuff, but I wanted to make some more money, so I wanted to kind of customize them, charge a little bit more, stuff like that. And so I started doing that, and it just kind of snowballed and snowballed. Everybody would hit me up and stuff. Oh, can you do this for my system? Can you do this for my system? I'm like, sure, let's figure it out. And then eventually it kind of became what it is today. The custom Wii's were a huge hit. I kind of just had I found some clear shells that were online all the way from China or something
yeah,
like that.
AliExpress had those. I remember when they
yeah.
came out.
Yeah. And then it took 2 months to get here. And then my buddy J-Boy Mods, shout out
Shout
to him.
out, dude.
We collabed and he made a couple for me, painted them and everything. And then it just snowballed from there. Everyone wanted them. I sold out that set. And then I got a new batch in, and I got 6 different custom colors going on right now. So I got to do a third batch pretty soon.
Hell yeah. I want to pick one up so bad. I need the purple one or the red one, because there's a green one. I feel like you guys got all the sick colors. I'm like, oh, those are so
They're
cool.
like
Baja
the
Blast
translucent. which
Yeah,
is
the
so
Baja
cool.
Blast one.
That one sold out instantly. I didn't think that one would sell it over the red or something.
I like that.
But that Baja Blast looking one was
They're
pretty
making
cool.
did you see the clear SNES system, the console
No.
shells? Dude,
That's
there's
cool.
I gotta forward you the link. There's a pre-order available right now. This guy is
Really?
completely making starting a complete new project, making clear SNES shells.
Ooh.
They're badass, dude.
That would be cool with an
So-
EverDrive slapped on it or
Yup.
something.
Yep.
Speaking of EverDrives, I have a guy in a couple towns over for me. He's New Middle Repairs on Instagram. Look him up if you guys are interested in any cool custom systems. But he just does my repair work for me. And I picked
Yeah.
up some stuff from him yesterday, a couple of Game Boy Colors. He's like, oh, have you seen my workspace yet? Have you seen my collection? I was like, no. So he took me in his basement and this is his
Love you.
full-time job now. Like all the local game stores hit him up to do like the repairs. So he's got like
Oh yeah.
30 Super
That's sick.
Nintendos, 30 PlayStations, 30 Xboxes, and he's got shelves of like, this is like large customer orders. He's got another shelf. He's like, this is like
Smart,
where
dude.
your
Good
stuff
for
goes.
him.
Just you hit me up with like a 3DS or whatever. And he just repairs and customizes and does all this stuff all day, every day. And he showed me this system yesterday. It was really cool. He had a Game Boy Color, which he put a new shell on. And then he put glow in the dark and light up buttons on it. And I was like, that's badass.
yeah.
And then he threw an EverDrive in it. And I was like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so cool. So he's got every
Yeah.
Game Boy Color game. And I was like, do you sell online? He goes, no, I just sell locally. I go, what do you have this priced at locally? He's like $225. I'm
Yeah,
like,
got the EverDrive
I
right
feel like
there.
that's not a bad price. And he's like, I've made such a like name for myself locally that like, and I'm so busy. He goes, I don't have time to sell online.
Yeah. Hell yeah. 225 with the
DNA one.
EverDrive's a good.
That's a really good
price.
deal. EverDrives
Yeah.
are like 60, 70
Yeah.
bucks alone.
Yeah.
Now, Dean,
You
is
get
this
these
your
cheap ones. They
full-time
eat too
job or is
fast.
this just a side hustle for you?
This right now actually is my full-time job. I have
yeah.
like a little side job. I repair telescopes and stuff like that, build them and maintain them and stuff.
What? This could
How
be
did you
actually the
get-
coolest part of his whole podcast.
I'm
Hold on.
about to write down.
probably.
How did you get into repairing telescopes?
This is
well, I got-
crazy.
I got my degree in physics.
Of course you did. We
and
have
then-
smart friends, dude. Like,
I don't know if I'd call myself smart. C's get
Bro,
degrees for
yeah,
sure.
Hell yeah. I got a C+ in honors physics during high school.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah. C
But,
I had
definitely.
a physics teacher in high school that like, so you know how you have like the drills that if like a school shooter comes in, which is supposed to do like hide in the corner.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, this guy was like a military guy, so he's like, we're not hiding in the corner. And he's like, so he would
Speak for
space us out
yourself.
around.
Yeah.
He would space us out around the classroom, like in along the walls, and give us all an object, quote unquote, weapon, a bowling pin, chain, hammers. He
No.
would open up like the cupboards and just like grab something. He's like, if a guy walks in and you're all in the corner, he's gonna sit in the corner and just pick you guys off. Now, if we're all spread out, he's got to then sway around the room, and some of us are gonna survive.
Some of us aren't.
The ones I
Survival of the
like
fittest
are on the
kid.
very
Yeah.
So he's
other
like,
side
if
of
he
the
comes
door.
in and if he goes right, the
That's-
dude next to the door on the wall on the left is gonna tackle him from the back with
Yeah.
his bowling pin.
Yo,
Oh my
crazy,
goodness. That is
dude.
wild.
that threw me up. What were we even talking about? That's crazy.
Repairing
Oh.
telescopes.
Oh yeah, repairing telescopes. How did we get
Yeah.
there? Oh, physics.
So I got my degree. We had an observatory at our school.
Mhm.
And I would go up there. There wasn't very many physics people. There was like 15 in our class. Not a very big major.
No.
So we go up to the telescope and I do my homework up there and stuff. And I went to school with my cousin too. He was also a physics major. And we both just got into it, helping out the people who run the telescope, all the professors and stuff. And then we would just fix stuff for them. And then the person who bought built the telescope and everything, the contractor, he basically hit us up and asked if we wanted to work for him on whatever projects he has going around. So I've been to like New Mexico, Wyoming, a lot in California. It's pretty cool.
That's so.
Now, can I hit you with the next question that always comes after somebody talking about telescopes?
Yes, I have seen aliens.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I do believe in
Hell
aliens. I
yeah,
got a
dude.
tattoo of a guy getting abducted in a UFO.
Today is big into aliens, bro.
Aliens.
Yeah. No,
Alien
that's it.
meme.
I have a question though. Were you, I mean, because the telescope thing, like there's a clear parallel there with like building other stuff, like the systems thing, like you're repairing
Yeah.
things. Like, have you always been like since you were a kid, like been into tinkering with shit and like
A
Like-
little bit.
yeah.
Not so much as I was a kid. I
Yeah.
wish I was. I would have been pretty cool. But mostly once I started getting into buying and selling stuff during college,
Yeah.
I started getting into tinkering stuff more and fixing stuff because I would buy a lot and it ended up broken or something and
Right.
had to fix a Super Nintendo or an NES or stuff like that. And then I got into more repairs and visual customizations from there too.
Yeah.
So that definitely helped out a lot. And then while I was in college, we took like some advanced electrical classes and stuff, which actually helped out a lot. And my video game stuff, kind of repairing, diagnosing issues with systems. So those two definitely helped each other out.
Oh yeah.
That's so sweet. How long? how long does it take you to shell swap a Wii? Because I know I had to take a Wii at one, take
I've done
apart a
one.
Wii at one
It's
point,
not fun.
and I wanted to rip my hair out.
Every single screw on a Wii is different, and it is the most annoying thing in the world. It takes me about 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes now.
Savage.
Now that electric screwdriver save your life is the
It's
greatest
insane.
thing ever. 50
And that's
bucks.
still a long time to shell swap something.
That's
Yeah,
not
I
that
feel
bad
like.
though.
It's not too bad. 30 minutes on average for a shell swap is what I can do now.
What about a Switch?
Yeah, around 30 minutes now. The
Bro.
Joy-Cons I've timed myself. I think I got down to like when I was going pretty fast, like 6 minutes of Joy-Con.
Damn, dude. I could
I've memorized every single screw in my sleep on those things.
The Joy-Cons are, yeah, I'm sure you have. I've done a couple. It probably takes me 30 to an hour per. So to hear you say 6 minutes is psychotic.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I said,
that's
it took apart a
wild.
week because I got a Mario Kart Double Dash stuck in at one point, and I literally almost just took a hammer and smashed the Wii to get the disc out, to get the disc out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Wii's are
finicky.
pretty annoying to swap.
Whereas like a
Not
Game
even
Boy
gonna
Color
lie.
has like 6 screws.
Yeah, 6
plus
screws and
2 in the middle or 3 in the middle, whatever. It's like so much easier.
oh yeah.
That's cool, dude. But this is a good segue into kind of the last question. What do we think going forward we're gonna do in either like what are our goals as resellers, modders, whatever, dude, collectors? Chris, you want to hit this question first?
Yeah, so the reason why I brought this up was just what do we want to do to level up our game, basically? Maybe something to hold us accountable. Well, it's here live for the world to hear. So now we got to kind of start kicking on it. And then if we come back in episode 73 and we revisit this topic and we have DNA back on and we're like, DNA, how's that going? Did you do your homework? Did you get on it?
It's true, bro. Damn, Chris, I didn't expect you to hit us with this
Damn.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm your teacher. We had homework due in 8 months and 3 days. So
great.
the biggest thing I want to do to level up my game, there's two. So we just talked about with DNA is customization and repair work. So I am a noob when it comes to that stuff. And a lot of the stuff I want to do would be pretty simple. Changing batteries on Pokemon games.
You could learn how to do that, bro. It's so easy.
Oh, it's super easy. I can show you.
Replacing speakers on Game Boy Colors.
Super easy.
So I have a solder kit. So
Never used it.
I've got like 8 batteries. I mean, I've got 8 Pokemon games that need batteries. I just ordered some batteries, and I'm gonna tackle that when those batteries come in. And I know it's super simple, and the only thing that's holding me back is I just need to sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
those
the
are quick.
That's the hardest part with anything, is sitting down and doing it. I'm terrible with time management right now,
Yeah.
especially when I work in my garage in Southern California. It's hard to do work during the day. It's 105, 110 degrees. So I usually get work done in the morning and then at night.
Yeah.
And it definitely cuts into productivity. So I definitely understand there.
Yeah. So, I mean, just doing, and I don't got to get into anything crazy like repairing drift on Joy-Cons or things like that. Or
Oh, that's easy too.
It's
That's super easy. You could do all that.
And then, so I got a Pokemon game too that when you load it up and Professor Oak's supposed to pop up and tell you about your journey, he just pops up as a black screen, like a black square. And I sold BB Retro one of those one time. And I was like, dude, I have another one with a black square. I'm getting ready to start repairing stuff. Tell me what to do. And he's like, here, I'll send you the video. And it's a simple, I guess, reflowing the chip, which I've heard the term before, but I have no idea what to do. And it's as simple as just, I guess, heating up the soldering iron and going over the pin, not they get the pins, whatever you call them, coming off the boards.
The joints of the,
Yeah, if you need any help, shoot me a DM. I can tell you all my equipment, like hot air reflowing and soldering iron, what kind of solder to use, all that kind of stuff. And you just practice. If you have broken boards, like a broken Game Boy board or something, just practice taking off little capacitors, resistors, stuff like that, and putting them back on, and keep doing that, and you'll get better in no time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, just putting in the time to actually do it. That's something I want to do ASAP. Another thing that's been on the, I guess, back burner, but something I want to do too, is selling on Amazon. So I was a big eBay reseller, and just like claim sale posts like on my page reseller before I started doing the live claim sales with Ryan. So we've been doing that for the past year or whatever. And I know I can get more money elsewhere, but I have so much fun doing the live claim sales. But if I can resell other things on Amazon, or even just like specific games where it's like, listen, it doesn't make sense to like sell it in the claim sales. For example, like doing like a Wii with Wii Sports.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And getting $100 for it on Amazon. Like you're not going to get that in a claim sale or even on eBay. So stuff like that. And there's so many different properties that go into Amazon. I have my account set up. I've got all my tax information done. I've got my ID uploaded and yada, yada, yada. And now I just need to, you don't automatically get, they call it, you're gated in certain categories like Nintendo, Adidas, Nike, things like that. So they don't want just any random people selling those valued brands.
Yeah.
So I have to get ungated in those categories, which I think there's a few different ways you can do it. A lot of people start by reselling books and building up their like feedback on Amazon and showing Amazon, hey, I'm a accredited seller. Please ungate me in these more popular categories.
Easy stuff to sell,
and that's something is what I got to put in the time. I got to go to the Salvation Army, go to the book section, and just start scanning barcodes. And maybe I'm making only $2 on this book, $3 on this book, but I'm doing it for the bigger picture of getting ungated in categories that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So
that's like a long rhyme.
Yeah, it is. It's something I got to do. Or I've heard stuff of like, people have these ungating guides and like some resellers have I don't know how legit that is, or if it's a
sell
typical,
them for $39.99. Join
I don't know if it's a typical buy my course type deal and you'll be rich. But I've heard things where you can like buy stuff from Nintendo directly and then submit your receipt that you're reselling this stuff. So you're buying from a licensed merchandiser so they can prove that the items are legit. Because Amazon doesn't want you selling fake Nike, fake Adidas, fake Nintendo. No. That's why these new sellers are gated in those categories, because they have this prestige to them.
Yeah.
So I think my two biggest things right now that I want to level up my game with are doing my own repairs and getting started selling on Amazon.
Hell yeah.
That's
I guess
good.
I don't know. I guess for me, one of my things I want to do to level up is play more games. So I know I have more knowledge about current video games. And that might sound stupid, but like to talk about here, just like be more in the know about like what I'm talking about like all the time. Because
100%.
like modern game, I play a lot of retro games and like old, like stupid games that don't matter anymore, you know, like just stupid shit that nobody cares about anymore. But like new games I don't play a lot of, like even on the Switch, like I played the Pokemon Snap and that was probably the last one I played on the Switch. Like, I don't know, PS4 stuff. I haven't used my PS4 in like a year and a half. Like there's just like,
and that's something I can do too, and that's just something that can like better us here, because people can see like the Cards and Cartridges podcast is like a news outlet. And I know we touched on like the latest Call of Duty last episode, but that was just us reading a couple articles 10 minutes before the claim sale started. I mean, the podcast started.
Yeah, I'd like to have more hands-on gaming knowledge, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely something
I want to be a gamer.
Think about.
And then other than that, just like general reselling shit, like be on my shit listing, like more stuff every day. Like
listing is hard for me.
Yeah, whatever it is, like banging photos out when I can, like that kind of shit. Just like getting better, like just like you said, time management. I think that's everyone can usually do that better, and for sure want to be better at that.
Listing is such a tedious thing, and I've said it, so it's tedious to sit down and by yourself in your garage for you, DNA, in my basement for me, in your garage, Ryan, like just sit by yourself and post things on eBay. It's boring, it's tedious, and that's why I've enjoyed doing the claim sale so much. That's like I can sit down with Ryan for 2 hours, drink beer and bullshit with 50 people online and sell stuff. Like it's so much more fun than doing it myself. And I may make a couple less dollars, but just the fun of it it's so worth it.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah.
DNA, if you ever want to be a guest on the claim sale, let us know.
Definitely let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
If
you got stuff laying around you need to sell, let us know. You can come hang out for 2 hours.
It is a lot of fun.
I think one area I want to kind of improve in is doing more collabs with Instagrammers on here.
Hell yeah.
Doing more custom projects.
That's a good point.
I wanted to get into UV printing. I was in it for a little bit, but the printer is kind of a scumbag.
Oh,
Kind of ripped off a bunch of people, so we had to cut ties with the Game Boy printing. I'd like to bring that back if I can find another UV printer distributor and stuff.
What is
I
UV
think that
printing?
It's like the custom Game Boy shells. I don't know if you saw me ever sell those, but like kind of like this, where you print a logo on a game system.
Oh, okay.
And I used to do that a lot. I sold a bunch of shells like that, and then the printer, the distributor guy, kind of just became sleazy and stopped responding and took a bunch of money from people, and kind of just ran. So
that's the
definitely
worst.
want to get back into that. Yeah, it was terrible. Like a lot of artists lost a good amount of money
That's
on
so
their
shitty,
commissions and
bro.
stuff. So felt really bad about that.
That is shitty. But yeah, I think that is a cool area to get into because I
Yeah.
feel like it's pretty like Game Boy mods are just so in demand, dude. More than ever.
Yeah, I
Like,
want to get
people
back into them.
Love
I
the
used to
old
do a
stuff.
bunch of Game Boy Advances and stuff, and
Yeah.
kind of got out of it. They're getting too pricey, and just
Yeah,
waiting
sourcing that stuff is tough.
for a bunch of stuff to come in all the time. Like, oh, I'm waiting for screens next week and buttons a couple of
Yeah.
days, and it was just too much stuff waiting to get in. So I kind of like put that on the back burner, but I definitely want to come back to it because Game Boy modding was pretty fun.
How long have you been doing all this modding and customization work?
I think I started my Instagram about 3 years ago, I think, in
Nice.
February. So I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years.
Now, do you have a place people
Yeah.
can buy stuff from you, or is it just through Instagram?
I do have an Etsy where I sell a lot of just shell swap switches. I do have a couple GameCube mods you can send in, like HDMI mods for your GameCube, some like Xbox controllers, a lot of color customizations on Etsy. And I just set up my Shopify, but I haven't got that all the way up. That one's kind of taking longer than I wanted to, but that's getting up slowly but surely.
Cool.
Nice. Have you ever thought
But-
about starting a YouTube channel around this stuff?
Possibly. I'm not very good at recording and stuff like that. I had to buy a camera just for this podcast.
Hell yeah.
My computer's
Hey,
from
now
like
you got your
2013.
Yeah, I got your
Yeah.
camera for you, dude. My computer is also from. I graduated high school. I guess mine's older than yours, but I graduated high school in 2016, and I got my laptop as a high school graduation gift. So I use this laptop all throughout college. Now I use it to run the podcast and the claim sound. I have a second monitor I got for $20 off Facebook Marketplace.
Nice. Yeah,
Make it work.
I have my old TV I use as one of my monitors. I bought that TV. It's a 32-inch Vizio I bought for $500 back in like 2009.
Oh my gosh. Remember when Vizio
720.
TVs cost
Oh,
$500?
dude,
Bro,
it was my
that dates
birthday.
ourselves. That dates
32-inch.
you. Yeah.
Jenny, how old are
Nice.
you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 26 this month.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
dude. I turned
So-
26 in October.
Oh, nice.
So we're
Let's
23,
go.
25, and 26.
Damn, much
Hell
of
yeah.
young ones in
Youngins.
here.
Youngins in here slanging video games. I love it. Chris, did we have a viewer question this week?
We did, and I wanted to hit on a follow-up to last podcast real quick.
Okay.
So we talked about Fanatics is the new person taking over Tops.
Oh, yeah.
In the last week or so, Fanatics has now taken over the NBA and the NFL.
Straight
So-
monopolizing the game, dude.
So Fanatics is really taking over the card market. It'll be interesting to see what else they dip their toes into. I'd assume they're going to go after
NFTs,
the
bro.
NHL,
NHL and
Yeah,
NFTs,
I could see
man.
that.
UFC,
UFOs.
UFOs. Yeah, I don't know. Fanatics is there's so much news recently, and my brain hurts trying to comprehend it all. On top of
Really is,
working my day job, trying to
News
have
and
a
drama,
puppy
bro.
and friends and a girlfriend and just life in general. Then I have WATA blowing
You
up in
seem
flames
stressed.
and Fanatics taking over Tops, and it's like
You need someone
I
to
need more
talk to.
storage in
Chris.
my brain.
Yeah.
And this is like recording the podcast is like my therapy session. I can just
Oh.
get
I was just
everything
about to
out
say
of my
that.
it like drains my brain of everything I've like accumulated during the
True.
week. And then like right after this, I start filling back up for the next podcast.
True. You're kind of right. I feel that in a way.
I'm like, all right, we could done be talking about Fanatics. And then Fanatics starts buying more people. I'm like, crap, gotta bring up Fanatics again.
Dude, Dennis
we got
Tom's going to jail next week. 100%. It's happening.
He's gonna go hang out with the dude from Tiger King.
Exactly. Exactly. What's the viewer question, bro? What do we got?
Ryan and I argue about this all the time. We got this viewer question jumped in. DNA, I don't know if this is your cup of tea, but you can give your your
Incense,
input.
please. Please
your,
give us your
Where's my lighter?
incense, bro.
your input. Our buddy over on Instagram, Ocelot081414 says, "What are your choices of beer?"
Oh, okay.
DNA, do you drink beer?
I used to. I cut back on drinking quite a bit last 6 months or so. I just hated the hangover feeling.
Yeah.
Now Ryan and I always argue cheap. I'm a cheap beer guy. Like I'm drinking Budweiser during the podcast right now. Ryan's into his big double IPAs, fancy cans, rainbow shits, and all that stuff. Were you a cheap beer or were you a fancy beer type of guy?
I was right in the middle, to be
Like
honest. I was at the point where I didn't really care what I was drinking.
Yeah.
But me and my brother-in-law actually brewed our own beer a couple times. We probably
Oh,
had
yeah.
probably 8 or 9 batches of beer we brew.
That's pretty cool.
We haven't done that in a while. We want to pick it back up, but it's hard to find time. It takes a whole good day to brew a beer.
Oh, I'm sure.
My friend's brother actually brews his own beer and he's been making IPA. So last time I was over there, he had me try one and they're good. And like, I'm a cheap beer kind of guy. Budweiser is my go-to. I love Budweiser. I like IPAs. I just hate paying for them. I'm a cheap 23-year-old. If I can get
completely,
if I can get 24 Budweisers for the price of 4 IPAs, I'm going with 24 Budweisers.
it's simple math.
It is basic geometry when you put it that
But if
way.
we're out to dinner, like I'm out to dinner at kind of a fancier place, I'll get an IPA and I'll enjoy it. I hate paying for it.
There you go.
IPAs weren't my favorite. I think my favorite, I love drinking Dos Equis. Dos Equis is good.
Oh yeah.
And Dos Equis.
Can any of you guys do the Canadian beers? I can't do
Labatt's?
I can't do Molson. I can't do Labatt.
Labatt's.
I'm pretty far from Canada, so I don't think we get any of that over here.
Yeah, I drank some of that in college because I was up in Vermont, but like it was decent. I don't know. I like IPAs and I like lagers and I like beer, bro. All of it's good. A wine, nice glass of wine, whatever.
Wine is pretty good.
Have you guys had any of that? We've had a brewery that was down the street from my college that we'd go to. Have you guys had a milkshake stout?
Yeah, sure.
No,
Like good?
It depends what. I don't like stuff with too much. A lot of beer companies are putting what's it called? Like lactose.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that, bro. It's not good. And I guess that's how a lot of those milkshake style beers are made, but some aren't some don't use that. And I think I prefer those because the lactose in the beer, you're drinking like something weird, bro.
It's just weird.
It's like a milky beer, I think. I don't like that.
Let us know your guys' favorite beers. And now, as always, we have our live claim sales Thursday on Twitch, twitch.tv/OG Retro, where you can come through, watch me and Ryan sell some games. And as always, the viewers at home, grab a drink, hang out with us. You know, we're drinking on stream and hanging out with you guys.
100%. Remember to like this podcast wherever you're listening. Give it a follow, a subscription. Go over to DNA's page on Instagram. Give him a follow and some likes on some of his system. DNA, thanks for coming, brother.
Thank you.
Brother.
Thank you for having me. This was super fun. Time flew by.
It really
I know it did. We went through an hour quick.
Yeah, an hour very quick.
I know.
But have a good day, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You too.
Peace.
See you.